Hi, my name is Chintan, and in this video today we're going to learn how to model the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Center located in the Hangzhou city of China. Now, it is designed by NBJJ Architects and is like a very organic looking structure of a stadium. So we'll look how we can model this inside of SketchUp. Let's go. Okay, so open up SketchUp and then press Shift C on your keyboard. Now, if you don't have this, you can go to Draw, then click on Shapes, then click on Polygon. Now, change the number of sides to 12 and press Enter. Now, press the Control key on your keyboard and type in a radius of 75,000. Or we should let's first change the units. So go into model info, change this from meters and like this. Now press Shift C again, press the Control key, type in 75, press Enter. Now, once you have this, select this surface, press the D key, which is the shortcut for delete, or you can press the backspace. Now you are left with like a curve. Right click on that and click on Explode Curve. After that, deselect this segment, then press the delete. Select this and make it a component and press create. Now simply rotate copies of this from this point to this point and type 11x. Now we just made that back. How does it make sense? It will in a few moments. Now if we double click this, select all, and then if we extrude it for let's say 50 meters, you can see that sort of creates the whole shape, but we are only modeling 1/12 of that. Now simply copy this edge from the top to the bottom and type divide by 7. Now select this and copy this edge to this point and type divide by 3. Now we simply subdivide this surface. So bring on the vertex tools edit menu. Now it looks like this. Now activate the vertex tool, the shortcut for which is Shift V. Now select these two vertices, click on merge. Select these two, click on merge. Click on these two, same, merge, and merge again. After that, select these vertices and simply scale it like this. Now deselect these, scale it outwards like this. Deselect these and scale it outside like this. Now simply select these vertices and bring it in like this. Deselect these ones and simply let's select them again and scale it inside like this. And these are inside a bit too much, so let's simply make it like this. Now you can delete these, select these faces and simply scale it like this much and move it up like this. After that, move this inside, move it down, move it inside a bit more. Similarly for these, move it inside. Okay, let's select these and move them up so that it matches and is sort of symmetric. After that, select this and move it inside, move it up, move it inside. And you are basically modeling like a shape that we will subdivide. So you can play around with it, and it can give you like varied results based on how your mesh is at the point of subdivision. So we are trying to make it as curved as possible, like this. And once you're happy with the shape, uh, after that, select these faces and make them a group. After that, We can close this one and bring on the Artisan Subdivision plugin. Now, if we go inside and click on Subdivide, it will give us this menu. We don't need to commit right now, so you can just close it. After that, click on these creases and edge vertices and like make these hard creases like this. So these points now have a bevel weight of 1, which makes the edge and the mesh stay in that place. Now what we can do is turn on vertex tools and sort of play around with this geometry and sort of see how that will react after one level of subdivision. Now we can simply move it out and play with it like this. Now you can use this technique to model anything that you wish, which is very fluidic or organic in shape and looks hard to model inside of SketchUp. So we are making this, but you can use this technique anywhere basically. And I hope you learned something in this video. If you are considering subscribing, so do subscribe, share the video with your friends. It might help them. Also, if you have any doubts, you can comment down below. Now, once you have this shape, you can click outside, look at that. Now, delete this part. We don't need that. Now we are left with this, right? Now you'll say it doesn't look that nice, but it will in a moment. So let's first make a copy of this and place it at 200 meters away. Right click on that and make it unique and just forget about that. Now, if you double click, change the number of iterations to 3, you'll see it sort of gets subdivided further and get smoother. So then press commit. Now you can simply click outside, right click and click soften and smooth. After that, you can do this and make it smoother like this. Now, what about this? We'll come back to this later. So now we need the Curvy Loft plugin. So bring on Curvy Loft. Not this one. Curvy Loft. Now click on this tool that says Loft by Spline. Hover over this edge and click once, and then on this edge click twice, and then click on this done command. Change the spline method to orthogonal bezier, change the number of segments to 5 and click like this. Now you can do this process again by clicking on this edge and clicking on this edge, clicking click, changing the spline method, reducing the segments and clicking click. Now, once you enter into this, you can turn on hidden geometry. I have a shortcut for that, Shift K. If you don't have this, you can go to View, then Hidden Geometry. Now, you can simply delete this part, and for this one, you can delete this. After that, select this edge and make it not soft. And you are left with this. After that, you can close this. Now make a line from this point to this point, and from the midpoint of this line, make a line downwards and simply rotate it by, let's say, 30 degrees, and select this and the same, rotate it by 30 degrees. Now select this and press delete. Select these lines and make that a component, press create. Now if you double click on that and hide the rest of the components, you can enter into this and simply extrude it by, let's say, 25 meters. Now select these 2 points on each side and scale them like this. Now select everything, make it a group. Now bring on the Artisan Subdivision plugin and subdivide this again. Now use the edge tool to make these fixed edges and increase subdivisions and create commits. Now you can smoothen this as well, and you are left with this. Now let's give this a thickness of zero point 0.3. Similarly for this one, let's give it a thickness of zero point 0.5. Now for this, turn on hidden geometry and bring on a tool or a plugin called tools on surface. Now simply this plugin sort of allows you to draw on curved surfaces by using some projection method. So draw a petal looking structure on the top of this like this. Now turn off hidden geometry. You can select this, press copy, and this undo these changes, and then paste that in the same place and make that a group. After that, you can select everything and give it a thickness of zero point 0.3 as well. Now for these, you can first reverse these faces, turn on hidden geometry, select all of these edges, and using the profile builder plugin, you can simply make a profile on all these edges, and let's also give it like a material. So like let's give it a glass material like this. Similarly for this one, let's reverse it first. Just delete these. Select everything, reverse, and use the profile builder plugin and make that B to give that a material. Now press Shift K again. Now we made one, two, three, four components. Now you can cut them by pressing Control X and go inside this component and paste it. What that does is it sort of goes around in symmetry and places itself in every component. That is the benefit of what we did in the beginning by deleting that curve. So we don't have to model everything. We just model one segment of or one part of that, and everything works itself out. Now remember we did this, we left at the side. So commit that and simply give it a thickness of 3 meters. After that, turn on hidden geometry, select everything, and bring on the profile builder plugin. And change this to zero point 0.3 meters. And copy this. And then make this profile around these. And then press delete to delete that. Now you have this component that resembles the structure of like a metal, and simply move that back by 200 meters. Now sort of scale it a bit, let's say 0.96 and 0.98 like this. Now you can do that placing inside the component thing again. So cut that by pressing Control X and then press Control Shift V to paste that in the same place like this. And this is how you sort of make the whole top part of the stadium. To make that a group like this. Now let's make a circle of let's say 30 meters. After that, make a line like this above zero point 0.3 and then zero point 0.9. Now select that and make that a copy and type 12x. Now select these and Make a copy of that, move it further ahead. Similarly for this point, and make a face like this. Now double click on this surface to select that, deselect this face and press Ctrl F, which is for the follow me tool, and then click on here, and that sort of makes like the seating part of the stadium. Now this is like a conceptual model, like a actual BIM model is very complex and takes time, but this sort of helps you like come up with creative concepts and show your ideas in a better way. After that, let's go into top view and let's make a line. First, let's make this a group. Let's make a line from this point to this point. Simply rotate it by 5 degrees and again a copy of this 5 degrees. Now let's make a line from this point to this point. Delete this segment. Make this a group and simply push it up by 3 meters. Now press delete, press delete. Now rotate this by 45 degrees and type 7x to make 7 other copies. Now select each of them and place that in a group. Now select everything. Now these are groups inside, then explode it and simply check if that is a solid. So it is. So we can hide this, and this is a solid as well. Now bring on the solid tools. So SO solid tools. Now click on this and then click on trim and click on the seating and then press delete, and that sort of creates like entryways to the stadium. Now move this down like this. Now select everything, make it a group and simply scale it by 1.2 like this. Now if you turn off the axis, turn on the shadows, and also like paste a soccer field inside of this. And this is how you can like make a structure that looks like the Hangzhou Olympic Stadium inside of SketchUp. Now it looks very complex to model, but if you know how to do it, you can basically model anything with this technique. So if you learned something new in this video, please consider subscribing. If you have any doubts, you can join our Discord or leave them in the comments. And like the video, that sort of helps out. And happy new year. I'll try to make more content in this new year and see you in the next video. Till then, keep creating. Bye.